Okay, here we go.
Hello, my name is Brian Raemisch. I'm from Northwestern Mutual Financial Network. Welcome to the centennial era of the Indianapolis 500. 100 years of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, originally founded as a test track for car development in 1910. The first race was in 1911. It is known as the racing capital of the world. The racing flags, the green flag is for the start of the race, the white is for the last lap. The red flag is to stop the race, the yellow is for the cautions, and the checkered flag is displayed to the race winner at the end of the race. On the main straightaway, you'll see a picture here, 5/8 of a mile long. Corner banking is 9 degrees in 12 minutes. It is known as the Brickyard because the original pavements on the track were bricks and still have the bricks on the start-finish line to this day. The official storing tour is the Pagoda and is the media broadcast center for around the world. The aerial photo of the track, it is a 2.5-mile oval speedway, reserved seating of over 475,000 people. It is the largest single sporting event in the world, known as the greatest spectacle in racing. Inside of the track is a golf course, a hospital, and garages for the cars. Very deep in tradition, the first year was 1911. The driver was Ray Haroon, and the car was called the Marmon 1. The average speed, 74.062 miles per hour for 500 miles. The trophy presented to the winner is the Borg Warner and is still presented to this day. The military flyover in honor of our veterans in tribute to the veterans who have fought and died for our freedoms. Pre-race parade laps showcase all the branches of the people serving in the military. The race has always been run on Memorial Day weekend, and during the national anthem, the largest American flag in America is displayed. The 2011 pace car, pictured here, is the Chevy Camaro. Only American-made cars are used to pace this race. The actual cars used are almost the same as the ones that we drive ourselves on our roads. This year being driven by 4-time winner A.J. Foyt. The speed and the dangers are real at Indianapolis. Pictured here is the next picture you'll see is the picture of the main straightaway at the start of the race. 11 rows of 3 for a total of 33 cars. A rolling start accelerating up to 220 miles per hour, entering into what is often labeled as the most dangerous 15 seconds of all of sport, and I will describe it to you. And what is the most dangerous and exhilarating moment of this race? 33 men, women, and machine will jam into a 50-foot wide first turn in excess of 220 miles an hour. It is indeed, perhaps, the most dangerous 15 seconds of all of the sports. The raw speed of the cars is absolutely amazing too. The downforce on the wings of the cars could run this car inverted without actually falling down. On the main straightaway, they'll do speeds of over 230 miles per hour. It does a football field in 9/10 of a second. It is literally like watching a missile going across the ground. The engines inside of the cars are not much different from what we actually have in our own cars. Pictured here is the engines in this year's race. They're all Honda powered, all 8-cylinder engines. They just have less restrictions than what we have. They are fueled by racing grade ethanol. In the future, those engines will likely be changing, but this is this year's race. The dangers are real. Accidents happen and are very likely to happen during the race. Pictured here is a major crash. The cars are designed to fly apart and dissipate energy to keep the driver safe inside of the cockpit. What's amazing? All of these drivers in this accident walked away. Driver safety is a very high priority. Brakes on this car will slow this car from 200 miles an hour down to 0 in 2.5 seconds. The safer barriers pictured here is installed in 2002, designed to be a shock absorbing system in the corners where the cars will often hit the wall. Deep in tradition also is the drivers and the teams. Pictured here is Team Penske, one of the most successful teams in Indianapolis history. They have won 15 500s in total, more than any other car owner. He came to Indy in 1969, and his first win was in 1972. He is always considered favorites to be one of the favorites to win this race, and he has 3 cars in the field this year. The Andretti family, one of the most recognized names in auto sports. Mario was the first and the father and the winner in 1969. Michael, pictured left, his son, has led the most laps in Indianapolis without actually winning the race. He is the car owner for his son, Marco Andretti, Danica Patrick, and several other drivers. Danica Patrick is one of the most recognized female athletes in America. Born right here in southern Wisconsin in Beloit, featured in Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition in 2008 and 2009, and unfortunately, guys, is married to her physical therapist. She started racing in Broadhead, Wisconsin at the age of 10 on the go-karts. She's the first woman driver ever to lead a lap at the Indianapolis 500 and the first woman driver to ever win that IndyCar Series race. And she was named Rookie of the Year in 2005. The Target Chip Ganassi Racing team is also another very successful team, too. Scott Dixon and Dario Franchitti, pictured here, are both winners of the Indy 500. Dario Franchitti, a two-time winner and defending champion of this year's race, is married to Ashley Judd. As a team, they have won the Indy 500 three different times, and Scott Dixon sits on the front row of this year's race. Elio Castroneves is another very recognizable name. Could be the four-time winner in Indianapolis history, preceded by A.J. Foyt, Rick Mears, and Al Unser Sr. He is a driver for Team Penske and is one of the favorites to win this year's race. The last picture shown here is a picture of the pagoda on the main straightaway the night before the race. In about 3 days, the green light will wink on. 33 drivers will race down a long straightaway because it is race day at Indianapolis. Stay tuned for the greatest spectacle in racing.